Have you ever wondered why we still say horsepower? Like, does a car actually have 100 horses inside it? Or did someone at some point in history literally race a horse against a machine? I used to wonder the same thing. We've all heard it. A car with 300 horsepower sounds powerful, right? But behind that number lies a fascinating story of invention, ambition, and a bit of clever marketing. A story that began back in the 18th century when steam was the future and horses ran the world. Back then, horses were the ultimate symbol of power. Everything, from mills to wagon, depended on their strength. And that's where a Scottish engineer named James Watt came in. It was the year 1769. Watt was working on improving the steam engine, a machine that would soon ignite the Industrial Revolution. But he had a problem. People didn't understand how powerful his engines were. Numbers and physics meant nothing to farmers and miners. They needed something they could picture. So Watt thought, everyone knows how strong a horse is. What if I explain my machine in horses? He started testing. Through experiments, he found that one horse could lift 33,000 pounds 1 foot in a minute. That equals about 746 watts of power per second. And just like that, horsepower was born. A simple unit, but revolutionary in its time. It helped people compare engines to something they already trusted: horses. Watt wasn't just an inventor, he was a genius storyteller. When he said, "My engine can do the work of 10 horses," everyone understood. Farmers believed it. Mines bought it. And the sales of his engines skyrocketed. From that point on, horsepower became the universal language of power. But of course, the story didn't end there. As time went on, steam gave way to gasoline. Engines shrank, cars appeared, and horsepower evolved with them. In the early 1900s, the Ford Model T had only about 20 horsepower. Yet it changed the entire world. Today, a Bugatti Chiron roars with more than 1,500 horsepower, rocketing from 0 to 400 km/h in seconds. Still, people keep asking, but what does that actually mean? Well, not literally horses under the hood. Horsepower is just a metaphor, a way to describe how much work an engine can do in a set time. More horsepower means more energy per second, more work, more speed. But here's something interesting. Horsepower isn't always the same. Different systems measure it differently. In the US, it's called SAE horsepower, while in Europe, it's metric horsepower, which is slightly higher. For example, 1 metric horsepower equals 735.5 watts, while 1 mechanical horsepower equals 758.7 watts. A small difference, but important for engineers. Still, in our minds, horsepower means one thing: pure strength. It's the image of invisible horses galloping beneath a car's hood. Meanwhile, science kept evolving. A new unit took center stage, the watt. More accurate, more scientific, and named after James Watt himself. Funny, isn't it? The man who created horsepower ended up giving his name to the unit that replaced it. But the world changed again. Today, electric cars rule the future. When we say a Tesla Model S has 1,020 horsepower, there's no steam, no gas, no horses, just electrons racing at near light speed. Yet we still call it horsepower, because it's familiar. It's human. It's a bridge between the old industrial age and the digital one. From dusty mills to silent electric motors, we've carried this word across centuries. And maybe that's the magic of it. Horsepower isn't just a unit, it's a story. A reminder of how we measure power, not just in machines, but in imagination. But here's the big question. In the future, when energy comes from the sun, quantum batteries, or even artificial intelligence, will we still call it horsepower? Or will we invent a new unit of power, one that measures not the speed of horses, but the speed of thought? What do you think? Because maybe that's a story still waiting to be written.